Hey, kia ora, this is Helen Brahms coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling Thanksgiving. We're here in my kitchen and we're going to be making some Ambrosia Salad. And if you hear that noise again, that's just Zephy putting her 2 cents in. So I was getting ready to make the Ambrosia Salad and one of the ingredients is shredded coconut. So I pulled out my bag of organic, this is the first time I built this one, organic coconut. It's really good. But when I opened it up, instead of finding shredded coconut, I got coconut chips, complete with a bit of shell on them. And these, I have to tell you, are scrumptious. And so I was like, oh, I need shredded. I tried chopping them, but they were flying all over the place. So coffee grinder came into play, because I don't have a food processor. But the coffee grinder came into play, and this is now how it is. It's this fine, powdery coconut. So I figured, well, why not go on live and... Oops, where'd that wetness come from? Hey, Zeph. And go on live and just make the salad with you guys watching. So here we go. So I'm just going to put this over here and turn this down. Oh, look, there's Zephy girl. Hey, Zeph. She's usually very camera shy. Okay, so I got my bowl here and I'm going to put in the heavy whipping cream. Got my heavy whipping cream. I got my mini marshmallows. I've got my crushed pineapple. Most people use like pineapple tidbits. I like the crushed. I got blueberries. I don't have any mandarins. They usually use canned mandarins. And for a little sweetness, if needed, I've got coconut sugar here. So I'm going to start off with some heavy whipping cream in here. So how's your Thanksgiving going today? Ours is going awesome. We're doing a pajama day, so I'm standing here in my PJs doing this. Oh, let's see. How much cream do we need? Yeah, that looks about good. I don't use measurements. Kitchens are for experiments. So, got my beaters. Oops. Hang on. Alright, so let's get this going. So I hope you guys are all having a super fantastic sparkling day. Oops. We are spraying a little bit with the cream, but that's okay. And with ambrosia, you've got to make sure all the ingredients are dry-ish. They're not wet in any way. Zephy doesn't know what to do when the mixer's on. That's coming up nicely. Oops, we're spraying all over the place. This is my deepest bowl. If I put it in the bigger bowl, it would be way too big. But we want the cream to be nice and stiff so that just before it gets to butter consistency, so that we can fold the stuff in and then we'll put it in the refrigerator for it to marinate for a few hours before eating it. I know it's a funny term, marinate. We're going to marinate cream and coconut and blueberries and pineapple, but it's all good. It's all good. You do it over there, Zeph. Zephy loves cream. She loves we go to Dutch Brothers every now and again. And she gets her pup cup, and they, of course, use the cream in the pup cup, and then put a dog biscuit in there for her, and she loves that. So who we got on here? We've got Carlos on here. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't read it very well. Sherry, Esma, Ja, Prince is on there. I can't see who else is joined. Oh, welcome. Thanksgiving Day here in the States if you're not watching from the US. So Zephy and I are enjoying a pajama day here for Thanksgiving, and we've got some ham to have later on. We're going to do twice baked sweet potatoes with some marshmallows. And what else are we having today? We've got salad. What else have we got? Ambrosia salad, pumpkin pie. Some traditional, some not so traditional. Okay, that's starting to thicken up nicely. Stop spraying as much now. Glad I'm not doing this by hand. I have whipped cream by hand and it takes a long time to get it done. I got cream on my hand. It's okay. It's all good. So what else are we going to do today? I watch a movie or two. I'm in the middle of, well, I'm almost at the end of my James Bond month. The month of November. If you don't follow my podcast, which are on YouTube, for the month of November, I do a James Bond month. We start with Dr. No on the 1st and work our way through to, well, this will be the second year we've done through to number 25, which is No Time to Die. It makes me cry. They call it James Bond. That's not fair. Okay, how are we doing here? Oh, we're almost there. Right. Make it a little faster. You want it nice and thick. Let's get there. Okay. Yep. That's about where we want it. That's what you have spatulas for. We call these rubber scrapers though, because they're made of rubber and they scrape. It's very simple. So this month is my James Bond month. I do it every November. I do a James Bond movie at the fest. Start with Dr. No on the 1st and work my way through. And today is day, what is it? It's 23rd today. So on the 23rd, these are supposed to just pop out. We'll put them over there for later. Okay, so yeah, so today's the 23rd, so today will be, what are we watching tonight? Skyfall. Skyfall we're watching tonight, and that one, it's one, I have, at first I used to say it was 2 movies, but there's actually 3 James Bond movies that make me cry. One is on Her Majesty's Secret Service, back with George Lazenby. It's the only appearance he made as James Bond, and that one makes me cry simply because of the fact that he gets married, which is awesome, but then his wife gets killed on their wedding day, which is not so awesome. So that makes me cry. And the other one that makes me cry is the one that we're watching tonight, Skyfall, because it's M that gets killed tonight. And I love Dame Judi Dench as an actress. I think she's awesome, and she plays a really cool M. And her character gets killed off tonight, so I'm sort of like, And I actually did cry on World Is Not Enough, because this year I did. I haven't in past years, but this year I did. And the third movie that makes me cry is No Time to Die, when at the end they kill off James Bond, and that's sort of like, really, you had to go there. But this year I had a 4th movie that made me cry, and that was The World Is Not Enough. And simply because that is the last movie where Desmond Llewellyn played the character of Q, and he's been playing Q since From Russia with Love back in 1963. So he had 17 James Bond movies that he was in over a 36-year period. And he, unfortunately, in that movie, he's getting prepared to retire. I mean, the guy's 85, and he was getting prepared to retire in that movie. At the end of that, his character was getting ready to retire. So he had a replacement, which was played by John Cleese. And James Bond looked at Q and said, so if you're Q, does that make him R? Which I thought was, that line just cracked me up. I thought, yep, that would be about it. And John Cleese was brilliant in his bumbling way that he does. Absolutely loved him as Q, as R first, and then he came back in, what was the one after that one? Die Another Day as Q, and it was the one and only appearance that he was actually Q. So Desmond Llewellyn's character Q says to James Bond, he said, and this is this final scene in The World Is Not Enough, and it's right near the beginning of the movie as well. And he said there's 2 things in life that he has learned. Number 1 is never let them see you bleed, and number 2 is always have an escape plan. And with that, he presses a button on a remote he was carrying, and he just lowers down into the floor. And that is the last that you see of him in that movie. And that kind of made me cry, knowing the fact that a few weeks after the movie was released, that he was killed in a traffic accident at the age of 85. And so there was absolutely no chance of him coming back to play a character. So that was kind of sad as well. So I'm going to have the tissues out for tonight. Let's have a look at this. Yeah. It's going on, see? Nice and fluffy. Too much noise. All right, so we're just going to put this stuff in here. Actually, how's it taste? Need a spoon. Need my tasting spoons. You always have tasting spoons handy, and you always use a clean one. Good. It doesn't need any sweetener. Okay, so now we're going to mix this stuff in. Actually, how am I going to do this? Probably with a... Can't take me anywhere, I tell you. It spills stuff everywhere. But it's the kitchen. It's fun. All right, so we're going to put in, what am I going to do first? Okay, as you can see, this is kind of like a powdery consistency now that it's been through the coffee grinder because I don't have a food processor. I have my blender, but I can't find my dry jug. So I have my blender pitcher on there, but I can't find my dry one, which is for dry ingredients, which probably would have been perfect, but I think that might still be in the RV. I still have some stuff in the RV. So, yeah, we've got to go over. Maybe we'll do that this weekend, Zeph. Go to the RV this weekend and pick up some more stuff out of there. There's just a few kitchen supplies left in there, and one of them is my plunger for the for my Vitamix, and the other one is my dry jug for blending dry ingredients. So, but I didn't have that here, so coffee grinder was very helpful. All right, so it's got the coconut mixed in. Let's go blueberries next. Pop them in there. We can go over there to be washed. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to... I thought I got all this spiky stuff out. So I'm looking forward to watching Skyfall today. And then tomorrow... What are we watching tomorrow, Zephy? What's number 24, Zeph? She looks at me like... I would have to tell you, this dog loves watching James Bond movies. I am so blessed and so grateful to have her in my life. I adopted her on the 16th of November 2019, of course in the middle of my James Bond fest. And for the first 2 nights that I had her home, the night I adopted her and the day I brought her home. Well, the day I brought her home and then the next night we didn't watch any James Bond movies. But on the third night that she was home, I'm just not dumping this out because there's still a little bit of juice in there and I don't want it too wet in here. The third night that she was there, we put James Bond on and she laid there on the couch and watched the entire movie. And that's when I looked at her and went, I've got the best dog ever. I just adopted the best dog ever. But she had been abused the first 5 months of her life. And she was 8.5 months old when I adopted her. She had been in 3 foster homes in the 3.5 months she'd been rescued from her abusive life. And so I brought her home, lots of love and everything, and training her and just loving on her. And she has become the most amazing dog. She is a great traveling companion when we're in the RV. She will sit in the co-captain's seat and look out the window. And if she doesn't feel like sitting there, she has enough on her, because she has a harness on and she's buckled in, but she has enough lead on her seatbelt to be able to get down between the 2 seats at the front there. And, all right, that's looking good. To get down on the floor between the front seats, and I have a bed down there for her, and she lays there with her head up on the engine thing, because in the RV I have, it's got the engine at the front, and we're putting marshmallows in now. And this has to sit for a bit so the marshmallows get nice and softer. It softens up the coconut. It just blends all those flavors together. People put other things, like usually use canned mandarins, but I totally forgot to pick them up the other day when I was doing my supermarket shopping. So blueberries instead. And we just mix it all in so it's all like this. And then we're just going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for a couple of hours and then try it later. What do you think, Zeph? Maybe we'll do a bark box for you, huh? Come back on later with a live for a bark box. Yeah, would you like that? She loves her bark boxes. If you don't know what bark box is, if you have dogs, you can get a monthly subscription to bark box. And every month it comes in with a couple of toys in there, some treats, and they're all different themes. Every month's a different theme. And so I'm looking forward to the next... So, did I order you your advent calendar? I got her the advent calendar last year, which was full of dog treats. So she got different dog treats each day. But now she's got into the habit of, you know, when we go and watch James Bond movies in the evening, she comes and sits next to me if I'm in the office still, because I usually do my podcast at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And it's every day. I'm on today 1576 today, I think it is. So 75 or 76. So 1,576 days will be tonight's one that we've done Facebook. It started off as Facebook Lives and has now ended up with Before the Dirt Nap podcast. And so that looks pretty good, pretty mixed. Let's put all that into there. And that is making an ambrosia salad. And if you can't, let's see if we can get that up there so you can see that there's coconut in there, which you normally you can see the coconut, the shredded coconut in there, but mine's minced. So I've got minced coconut, crushed pineapple, and blueberries in there. And now we're just going to put that into the, actually I'm going to clean up the edge of the bowl here a little bit. That's just what I do. And let that sit in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, just to let it marinate, all the flavours blend in together, that sort of stuff. But traditional ambrosia has the heavy whipping cream. Some people will put like sour cream or yogurt in with the cream, or use the Greek yogurt and sour cream instead of heavy whipping cream. I like the whipping cream, just preference. And then you've got shredded coconut goes in there, pineapple tidbits. Now they use pineapple tidbits. I like the crushed pineapple. And then there's shredded coconut. Well, today I got coconut chips. And if you see, it still has part of the rind on it too, part of the skin of the coconut. These are really yummy. They're not unsalted, unsweetened, but eating them like this, they don't need to be sweetened at all. And Zephy's waiting for some cream. She's going to have to wait a little bit. So let's see, traditional ambrosia is whipped cream, heavy whipping cream, canned mandarins. You can put them in there, chop them up and put them in there. Marshmallows, mini marshmallows. And now with this, sitting this in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, it will help soften, even though the marshmallows are pretty soft anyway, it will soften them up even more. And it will also soften up the coconut that's in there too. And the flavours will blend because you've got the pineapple in there and the blueberries and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. So we're just going to put this in the fridge. And no, I'm not going to cover it. I never do. And do you want to see a pup cup? I'll do a pup cup later. But we have the real cream, the cans with the real cream in. And I have little bowls for Zephy that are just Zephy's bowls alone that she gets to put some cream in there. I put a couple of dog biscuits in there, and that's her treat for the day. So that'll be her treat for Thanksgiving dinner. She will get a little bit of pumpkin pie, not a lot, but just a little bit. And that's basically our day. And we may do a bark box later and see what treat she's got inside. And she loves opening bark boxes because she'll put her nose in there and help herself to the toys that are in there. And then we open up the treats so she gets to taste the treats, especially if they're new ones. But if they're some of her favourites, she'll get to do those as well. So, that coconut's good. So that's our ambrosia salad for today. Hope you all have a super fantastic, sparkling Thanksgiving full of lots of love, laughter, and many blessings. Make lots of memories. Being a genealogist when it comes to having families together, tell stories, share memories. If you are with family, share family memories and have somebody record them so that future generations get to see everybody sitting around a table or around the living room, wherever, enjoying and sharing together on Thanksgiving. Imagine, a friend of mine, she says that we are our future generations' ancestors. Think about that. What do you want your ancestors to know about you? What memories do you want to share with your ancestors? What lessons in life have you learned that you want to pass on to those future generations that are coming up behind you? So take time to record those memories, especially if you're sitting around and chit-chatting, and start sharing memories, especially if this is a first Thanksgiving with a loved one who has passed, where there will be an empty seat at the table because somebody in the family has passed this past year. Share memories about them. Share your stories. Record them for future generations so they get to know that this person who passed, this is what they were like, this is who they were, and things like that. So get to share those memories and make new ones. Tell stories. Have fun. Record your day. just to make it extra fun. Go and record the day, and just family members going around. Some people have. What are your Thanksgiving traditions? Most of the places when I go to Thanksgiving at different places, that we spend time at the beginning going around and each person saying what they're thankful for that happened to them over this past year. So what am I thankful for this year? This year I am thankful that we are now in a house. We've spent 4.5 years living in an RV, and it was time to move out of the RV. We needed more space. You can't exactly do genealogy very well when you're sitting at a very small table in an RV because you've got nowhere to spread anything out. Now I have the space to do that. Zephy's got more space to run around in. She even has a backyard she can go running around in. Well, not quite. It's got sharp red stones out there. They're small stones, but they're sharp. But I'm going to get out there with the leaf blower because they're not exactly compressed down. So with the leaf blower, I found that they will move. So I'm going to clear a space in the middle for her to go do some zooming around in the backyard there. That's one of the biggest things that I'm grateful for this year is having our own home, actually in a house. And we've been having fun and learning things about taking care of a house again. Usually I've always had somebody there with me to do that. When Brad passed 6 years ago, it was learning to take care of a house and having to do the things that he did, that he was responsible for, having to learn all those things. It's being a widow or a widower is not an easy task. It is one of the most challenging things I have done in my life. Some days are really good and some days I struggle, but it's all about keep moving forward, keep that forward momentum going. We will never move on from his passing because it will always be with us through everything I do. I would not be the person I am today had I not gone through those experiences. And now I can turn around and help other people who have lost loved ones, help them navigate. Because if you watch my podcast last night, I had on Glendine, and she was amazing. Her husband passed back in January of this year, so this will be her first Thanksgiving without him. And our story, her and my story, when we sat and had a conversation for like a couple of hours one day, I was amazed at how similar our stories were. And you want to lick the beaters, don't you? But you're not getting the beaters to lick. Come here. You can lick the cream. Come here. Since we're not dealing with any food right now, you can come lick the... You should see her. Her tongue comes out so tentatively. Come here. Come here. Want some more? You got it on your nose. There you go. Hey. She is so cute. And so our stories are very similar about how we both don't like the term widow and some of the things that are out there that come along with being a widow. So we've both taken the stance of we're going to go out there and we're going to crush this widowhood thing. We're going to keep moving forward. We're not going to let this incident stop us. We're going to keep following our dreams. Sometimes those dreams include dreams that we had together with our spouses, like traveling around the US in an RV. That was one dream that Brad and I had for a lot of years. And to actually think that we did that for 4.5 years, living full-time in an RV, fulfilling both of our dreams. Now it's on to living in a house again and getting used to the space. And Zephy's loving the extra space. And today it's like, I don't even know. It was 48 degrees when we got up this morning at 7 and went for our walk. And now I think it might be in the 50s somewhere. But we've got the doors and windows open, so we've got beautiful fresh air coming in. And there's a gentle breeze blowing, so it's got that nice air circulating through the house. And I can see people now like grabbing sweaters and blankets and all that going, oh my God, that's too cold. No. This girl from New Zealand loves the cold temperatures. I really do. In New Zealand, we didn't have central heating when we were growing up. If you were cold, you put more blankets on the bed. It was as simple as that. Or if you it was during the day, you put more clothes on. If it was hot, you opened up the windows and let the fresh air in from outside and took the blankets off the bed. And walk around in shorts and T-shirts if it was too hot. Or even sometimes in the summertime, if it was going to be raining, you could put your swimsuit on and go outside and play. Yeah, we did crazy stuff like that. We drank from the garden hose. Simply because if it's not raining, basically the rule was if it's not raining, you're outside. It's as simple as that. You go outside, you play with the neighborhood kids, always let your parents know where you were going to be, and then come home. When neither the mother stood on the front step, you'd hear mothers standing on the front step when it was time for dinner, calling for the kids to come home. or you knew what time, when it was time to come home was when the streetlights came on, depending on the time of year and daylight saving and all that sort of stuff. But it was a great time to grow up and just to be outside in the fresh air and playing. And I love that. And yes, I'm here in Arizona where it gets into triple digits in the Fahrenheits in the middle of summer, and people are going, "Are you nuts?" I'm sort of like, yeah. But anyway, that's it from us for right now. I'm going to go here, clean up my little mess here, and let the ambrosia salad sit for a couple of hours, and we'll be back probably later on with a bark box. You want to do a bark box, Zeph? Where'd you go? We've got the front door open with the screen there, and she's sitting right by it watching what's going on the street, which is nothing right now. But anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and happy Thanksgiving to all of my friends here in the US or all around the world that are celebrating Thanksgiving. And hello. You want to come say happy Thanksgiving to everyone? Come here. Come here. Yeah, they're coming up. You want to say hi to everybody? This is my Zephy girl. Look, you're over there. There you go. If those of you wondering what breed she is, she's a mini German Shepherd. She weighs all of 38 pounds. And she's fully grown, and she'll be 5 in March. Yeah. You going to be 5 in March? Oh, yeah. But anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later. Hei konara.